As one ages, the journey of life often reveals the true value of peace, self-awareness, and meaningful connections. With each passing year, one learns the subtle art of discerning between gatherings that nurture the spirit and those that drain it. In the autumn of life, the stakes grow higher, not in wealth or accolades, but in the serenity one strives to protect. The question is not about isolation but about mindful presence. Where should one spend the limited energy in time remaining? The ancient Zen and Buddhist teachings offer profound insights into the nature of gatherings, relationships, and the environments we choose to immerse ourselves in. The wise understand that life is a balance between engagement and withdrawal, interaction and solitude. In old age, avoiding certain gatherings isn't about arrogance or fear, it is about wisdom, clarity, and self-preservation. A famous Zen proverb states, "Do not chase noisy waters when the still lake is within." This teaching reminds us that not all places, people, or activities are worthy of our presence, especially when the goal is inner peace. Let us embark on a story that weaves the wisdom of avoiding certain gatherings in old age, a tale rich in teachings, reflections, and satisfying truths. An elderly seeker of wisdom sat in his humble home, surrounded by the silence he had cultivated over decades. One day, a messenger arrived with an invitation to a grand celebration. The gathering promised lively music, endless feasting, and the company of countless acquaintances from years gone by. The seeker held the invitation in his hands and smiled. Instead of accepting or declining immediately, he decided to meditate upon the nature of such gatherings. As he closed his eyes, his mind wandered to the lessons he had learned through his spiritual journey. 1. Avoid gatherings of gossip and negativity. The seeker remembered the countless times he had attended gatherings where conversations spiraled into gossip. People spoke ill of those absent, dissecting others' lives with judgment and envy. He had once been part of such exchanges, unaware of how they tainted his own spirit. He recalled a teaching from a Buddhist master, "Words are seeds, what you plant in the minds of others will grow in yours." Gossip, he realized, not only harmed those being discussed but also polluted the hearts of those who engaged in it. In old age, when time is precious, why spend it in gatherings where negativity thrives? Instead of gossip, one should seek environments that promote kindness, understanding, and growth. He decided that such gatherings were no longer worth his presence. 2. Steer clear of places that prioritize wealth over wisdom. The seeker's thoughts moved to another type of gathering he had attended in his younger days, lavish events where people flaunted their wealth and status. These gatherings, he realized, often left him feeling empty. Buddhist philosophy teaches, the wealth of the soul is far greater than the riches of the world. Yet, in such gatherings, the focus was on material possessions, not the richness of the heart. He smiled as he remembered the simplicity of a meal shared with a kindred spirit, a moment that brought more joy than any grand banquet. In old age, he decided, gatherings that celebrate materialism and superficiality held no value. Instead, he would seek or create spaces where the depth of one's character mattered more than the weight of one's purse. 3. Beware of gatherings fueled by conflict and chaos. In his reflections, the seeker also remembered gatherings where arguments and heated debates erupted over trivial matters. Whether it was politics, traditions, or personal grievances, such events often left participants agitated and divided. Zen teachings emphasize, the calm mind is like a clear mirror, avoid what clouds it. In old age, preserving one's inner peace becomes paramount. Conflict, even if one is not directly involved, has a way of unsettling the heart. The seeker decided that he would no longer attend gatherings where harmony was absent. The world had enough turmoil, he need not immerse himself in more. 4. Avoid gatherings that exhaust the spirit. Some gatherings, he recalled, were simply draining. Loud music, excessive indulgence, and endless chatter left him feeling depleted rather than uplifted. In old age, the body and mind demand gentler rhythms, and overstimulation can feel like an assault on one's serenity. A Buddhist teaching came to his mind: guard your energy as you would guard a sacred flame. The seeker resolved to prioritize his well-being over the expectations of others. He would seek gatherings that rejuvenated his spirit, not those that drained it. 5. The wisdom of solitude over unnecessary socializing. Finally, the seeker thought about the gatherings he had attended out of obligation or fear of offending someone. These events often felt hollow, as if he were merely going through the motions to please others. Zen philosophy teaches, do not mistake being alone for being lonely. Solitude, when embraced mindfully, is a source of great strength and clarity. In old age, one has the right to prioritize meaningful connections over superficial interactions. The seeker decided that he would no longer attend gatherings out of guilt or societal pressure. His presence was a gift, not a given, and it deserved to be shared only in places where it truly mattered, the decision and its effect. After his reflections, the seeker gently folded the invitation and set it aside. He chose not to attend the grand celebration, knowing it would not align with his values or bring him peace. Instead, he spent the evening in quiet contemplation, enjoying the stillness of his surroundings. Word of his decision spread, and some questioned his choice. Yet, over time, those who truly valued him began to understand. They started inviting him to smaller, more meaningful gatherings, circles of discussion, shared meals, and moments of collective meditation. In avoiding certain gatherings, the seeker did not isolate himself, he refined his connections. He found greater joy and fulfillment in the company of a few kindred spirits than in the noise of a crowd. The teachings for all. The seeker's journey offers timeless lessons for anyone approaching the later stages of life. 1. Value your time, every moment is precious. Spend it where it nourishes your soul. 2. Seek harmony, surround yourself with people and places that bring peace, not turmoil. 3. Embrace solitude, do not fear being alone. It is often in solitude that one finds the greatest clarity. 4. Guard your energy, avoid gatherings that exhaust you, emotionally or physically. 5. Choose depth over breadth, meaningful connections are more valuable than numerous acquaintances. As the seeker deepened his practice of choosing peace over chaos, his decisions began to inspire those around him. Friends and acquaintances who had once been swept up in the rush of endless socializing and noisy gatherings began to reconsider their own choices. One evening, a close companion approached the seeker, seeking advice. Why do you refuse so many invitations? They asked. Don't you fear missing out on the joys of life? The seeker smiled gently and replied, the joys of life are not in the crowd, but in the heart that is content. When I decline, it is not out of disdain but out of love, for my peace, my time, and the moments that truly matter. This response resonated deeply. The companion, too, began to evaluate the gatherings they attended. Slowly, they started prioritizing intimate conversations over grand events, meaningful exchanges over superficial pleasantries. The seeker's quiet wisdom spread further, creating a ripple of mindfulness. Without imposing his beliefs, he inspired others to question the value of their actions and their time, the gathering of stillness. As time passed, the seeker was invited to a different kind of gathering, one designed with mindfulness at its core. A few companions, moved by his example, organized an evening of stillness and reflection. Instead of loud music, there was soft silence. Instead of lavish feasting, there was a simple shared meal. Instead of idle chatter, there were moments of gratitude, meditation, and heartfelt stories. The seeker attended this gathering, not as an obligation but as a gift. The atmosphere resonated with peace, and every person present felt a sense of belonging and purpose. This, the seeker said quietly, is the kind of gathering that nourishes the soul. It does not take from us, it gives. His words reminded everyone that gatherings need not be avoided altogether, they simply need to be chosen wisely, a life of purposeful engagement. In the later years of his life, the seeker became known as a person of depth and clarity. Invitations continued to come, but he remained discerning. Each decision was guided by a simple question: will this gathering bring harmony, growth, or joy to my life? Or will it disturb the stillness I have cultivated? When he declined invitations, he did so with kindness, often sending a note or a message that expressed his gratitude for being remembered. But his absence was not seen as a rejection, it was understood as a choice rooted in wisdom. Those who valued him adjusted their expectations. They learned to approach him with sincerity, knowing that he cherished quality over quantity, meaning over spectacle, the final teaching. As the seeker approached the end of his life, his legacy became clear. He had taught others, not through words alone, but through the example of his choices. His life was a testament to the power of mindfulness, discernment, and the courage to prioritize inner peace over external pressures. In his final days, he gathered his closest companions and shared one last teaching: life is not a race to attend every gathering, nor is it a game of pleasing everyone. It is a journey of discovering what truly matters and protecting it with all your heart. Let your presence be a gift, not an obligation. And remember, the stillness you protect will guide you home. The Still Lake. After the seeker's passing, his companions continued to honor his wisdom. They organized gatherings in his memory. Not to mourn, but to celebrate the peace he embodied. These were gatherings of stillness, reflection, and gratitude, mirroring the principles he had lived by. His story became a reminder for future generations. In old age, and indeed at any stage of life, the gatherings one chooses to attend should align with the peace one seeks to cultivate. The seeker's legacy echoed the Zen teaching he cherished: the calm lake reflects the heavens. Protect your calm, and you will reflect the truth. And so, his journey inspired countless others to tread their own paths of mindful living, ensuring that the wisdom of his choices would ripple through time like the gentle waves of a still lake. Thanks for watching. Hope enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Just click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.